The story starts where weight becomes destiny. Pure metal meets the recipe that makes it wearable.
Heat is the first machine that never lies.
Under controlled fire, permanence is poured into motion. Every batch must prove itself or it becomes a watch. Precision begins long before the first cut of a tool.
If the chemistry is wrong, the shine is a lie.
Approval unlocks the next step, controlled transformation. Purity is maintained, not assumed.
The moment of pour turns liquid into legacy.
Color is born here, in a controlled fall of fire. Cooling is just as engineered as heat. Timing controls grain, and grain controls strength. From this blank, every surface will be earned. Force gives the metal direction and discipline. Every millimeter is prepared for what comes next. Now the raw stock is ready to become parts with a name. From stock to shape, the journey is only...
Before metal moves, the environment must agree.
Precision is loud up close and silent in its results.
Order is built here, one slot at a time. The first cut begins with clean contact. Repeatability is a craft disguised as routine. Gold becomes a component the moment the tool bites. Waste is just proof that shape is being earned.
Control is watching, listening, adjusting, always.
Every operation is a chapter, not a shortcut. The line moves in steps, not guesses. Before drilling, the machine must know exactly where it is. Openings are not holes, they are interfaces. Threads are the promise of a seal. Parts travel protected, because surfaces remember everything. After cutting comes refinement, the slow removal of sharpness.
The next stage begins where the tool marks end.
In luxury, edges are engineered to feel inevitable. Inside, edges are corrected. Outside, the world only sees shine.
The manufacturer hides in plain sight, built for patience and control.
Access is measured because materials here are measured too.
Every corridor is part of a single integrated chain.
Clean surfaces demand clean entrances.
the smallest particles can become the biggest defects. Before craft begins, contamination is turned away.
Past this line, every mark is traceable.
The exterior parts are built where touch meets tolerance. Between machining and shine, cleaning is the bridge. Between machining and shine, cleaning is the bridge. Invisible residue must leave before finishing can begin. Clean metal reflects truth more clearly than light.
Dryness is readiness, nothing more, nothing less.
Every finish begins with what must be removed.
Brushed lines are geometry you can feel.
Shine isn't added, it's revealed.
When reflection stays straight, the surface is ready.
The watch's body waits for the band that will carry it. Before assembly, every piece must be clean, counted, and known. In-process cleaning turns machining into manufacturable. Sound waves do the scrubbing where brushes cannot reach. Rinsing is the difference between clean and merely washed.
The last residue leaves now, or it stays forever.
Dry parts tell the truth under light.
Sorting begins with the human eye trained to doubt. Sorting begins with the human eye trained to doubt.
Assembly speed depends on disciplined sorting.
Cameras catch what fatigue can miss. One flawed surface can break the illusion of perfection. Fit is verified, not hoped for. Traceability follows every part like a shadow.
The smallest crevice is where flaws like to hide.
Dryness protects finishes from accidental imprint.
Sorted parts become a set, ready to become a watch.
Now the clean parts move into the heart of construction.
Sealing begins long before the watch meets water.
The next press will turn parts into a single body.
A seal is a promise made in silence.
Pressure must land only where engineering expects it. One clean click, and the case becomes an enclosure.
Perfect seating is measured by the absence of doubt.
Alignment is the difference between luxury and damage.
Now the case has its frame, strong, clean, complete.
Every interface is built to resist time and water.
Smooth motion begins long before the movement arrives.
Lubrication here is not shine, it's survival.
Closure is controlled because pressure will judge it.
In air, a leak reveals itself without mercy. Passing once is good. Proving it twice builds trust.
Bubbles would be a confession. Silence is the standard.
A sealed shell is ready to receive its heartbeat.
The bracelet is built like architecture, piece by piece.
Strength must move freely, without looseness.
The exterior is complete. Now the watch becomes a mechanism.
Alignment is the moment where parts agree to become one.
The bracelet becomes a mechanism of its own.
Smooth motion is engineered, then proven by hand.
The heartbeat arrives only where the air is controlled.
Hundreds of parts, but one purpose: steady time.
The face must align before the hands can speak.
One hand placed true, and the dial gains direction.
Precision is checked by repeating the same truth.
Casing is where cleanliness becomes consequence.
The heartbeat finds its home without resistance.
Control returns to the crown, quiet, direct, exact.
Self-winding is motion turned into reserve.
Testing begins by simulating real life in controlled time.
Accuracy is tuned, then verified again.
Now the craft hands off to systems built for consistency.
When volume rises, discipline must rise with it.
Automation begins with spacing, rhythm, and control. Light is engineered, so defects cannot hide. Multiple viewpoints create one uncompromising verdict. Sorting is speed, guided by rules, not rush.
Identity is etched in permanence, not ink.
Trace marks protect authenticity and accountability. In a smart line, every step leaves a footprint. Seals are verified by machines built to doubt everything. A stable curve is the quiet language of integrity. Time itself becomes the instrument of proof.
Passing gradations.
Even automation must learn delicate handling. Geometry is measured in light, not opinion. The cleaner the surface, the cleaner the final reflection. Machines confirm consistency. Hands deliver the final feel.
Now the last microns decide the entire impression.
Straight light bands mean straight workmanship.
A crisp transition is where the luxury lives.
Brushing is controlled texture, applied like geometry.
Polishing removes evidence of struggle, leaving only clarity.
Contrast is engineered so the watch reads as sculpted.
Satin finish forgives nothing, so the hand must be steady.
Comfort is built into edges you never notice.
The final finish is proven by how it bends light.
A perfect surface is ruined by a single grain of paste.
Cleanliness is a finishing step, not an afterthought.
The last watermark is the last distraction.
Inspection is choreography, light, angle, and patience.
Feel is a measurement tool no sensor can replace.
Our performance must match the appearance.
The next room tests truth, not beauty. Final approval happens where instruments have the last word. In the lab, every claim must survive measurement.
QC begins with custody, then it moves to data.
Position changes reveal weaknesses that stillness would hide. Time is tested in controlled poses, like a performance.
Temperature is the invisible force that shifts precision.
Stabilize first, measure second, trust last.
A luxury watch is approved on graphs before it's approved on feeling.
Perfection is checked at a scale the customer never sees.
If the hands lie by a hair, the whole face feels wrong.
Function must be as clean as finish.
Sealing is not assumed. Each unit is challenged.
The water test is simple: bubbles or silence.
Condensation would betray what pressure tried to hide.
When the crystal stays clear, trust becomes official.
Approval is a gate that opens toward the customer. The final transformation is into something ready to ship.
After all that precision, the last step is presentation. The final steps are quiet because the work is already done.
Presentation is protection, shaped like ritual.
Documents carry identity as surely as metal carries weight.
Even the unboxing is engineered for calm.
The watch is now a finished product, not a project.
Shipping begins by stopping movement before it starts.
A sealed carton is a controlled environment in motion.
Logistics is precision at a larger scale.
From bench to bay, tracking never stops. Pallets turn many small units into one reliable load. Stability is a design choice, not an accident. Wrapping turns a stack into a single object. One scan, and the entire load becomes accountable.
Handling is gentle when the value is high.
Storage is a pause, not an endpoint.
The last meters inside the factory lead out into the world. Dispatch is choreography, space, balance, and timing.
With the seal locked, the prodigal's journey changes hands.
A finished watch leaves as quietly as it was made.
Finished goods rest here, organized, protected, ready.
Scale is built from repetition, guided by standards.
And this is how modern factories produce Rolex gold from start to finish. And this is how modern factories produce Rolex gold from start to finish.
From fire to finish, the system stays disciplined at every step.
Subscribe for more real factory breakdowns.